I was planning to do this on my on my Canon HD camera, which I'm still going to be using, but I gotta wait till I get my next laptop to make that happen, or maybe get a card reader to make that happen. Who knows? But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has been about a service that's been it's been in existence for the past 3 years now. I guess 3 years, if you count the spring of this year. As I'm checking outside, and it looks like the eclipse is going to be happening. It's a partial eclipse here in California, but anyway. But I want to talk to you about a service. Now I do have a piece of paper right over here that basically explains what this service is. It's the piece of paper right here. This service I'm talking about is called Tubin, T-U-B-I, Tubin TV, or Turbine, T-U-B, Tubin, I guess you can say TV. And it's a streaming service, and it's similar to Netflix and Hulu and all that. And it's similar to any streaming service like Netflix and Hulu. It's similar due to the fact that it categorizes a lot of the genres that you might be into, that you might enjoy, that you might watch, if you will. Okay? It categorizes them in a way that makes you want to watch, well, making watching a lot easier. Now, from what this thing says here, if I can read this, it says Tubin TV, this is from Wikipedia, Tubin TV is a free ad-supported. Now there's the key word there, ad-supported. Now you might say, what do you mean ad-supported? Well, here's the thing. For any of you that have downloaded through app stores, whether it's on devices like your Android, your iPhone, whether it's on devices like your PS4, your Xbox systems, what have you. Basically, the ad support is kind of similar to Hulu. You see, anytime we try to watch something on Hulu, unless we get the premium version of Hulu, in other words, the ad-free version, which costs a little bit more, you're going to get ads, maybe one or two ads on showcased before, in the middle, and at the end of your before, in the middle, and at the end of the movie or show or event that you're watching on Hulu. Now, same can be said here for Tubin TV. The only difference, I should say, that I've seen, man, I haven't watched everything just yet, but the only difference I have seen is you get 1, 2, maybe 3 advertisements before the broadcast, before the show or movie or event that you want to watch is shown. In other words, you get 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 at most ads before you get to watch your program. The most I've gotten so far is 3. Now, here's the thing though. When you resume, just like Hulu, I think it's very similar to Hulu in some ways. When you resume a program, let's say you stop a program and then you want to resume it, certain programs and movies and events will let you resume right off the bat. In other words, you don't have to worry about any ads or anything like that. You get to resume right off the bat. End of story. But there are occasions where you will get an ad, maybe 1 or 2 ads, before you can resume. So that's a similarity and a difference. The similarity, like I said, is you can end up getting an ad or 2 before you can resume your programming where you left off. And the difference is sometimes you don't have to worry about that at all. But here's the thing though. TubiTv, as they said, is ad supported. Now let me continue on reading this. It says TubiTv is a free ad supported television and movie platform found on the web and online streaming devices. Launched in 2014 by AdRise as a way to increase exposure for the providers, TubiTv holds the largest library of free TV and movies on the web. Content providers include Paramount Pictures, MGM, and Lionsgate, among dozens more. And there are a little bit more. And there are other providers. As a matter of fact, Hasbro is one of them through Paramount. Yeah, Paramount Pictures is one of the providers or partners. So with that, you get some Transformers. That's right, you do get Transformers on TubiTv. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, it's obviously, now according to Wikipedia, it's in the entertainment industry. It was founded 3 years ago. Its founder is Farhad Masoud. I'm just going to call him Farhad. Farhad Mas. I'm going to call him that. Farhad Mas is the founder of TubiTv. And again, obviously he's also the executive of AdRise. Its headquarters is located in San Francisco. It serves North America, both US and Canada. Farhad is the founder and CEO, along with Thomas An Hicks, who is the co-founder, head of strategy and business developing. And its website is TubiTv.com. That's one word, TubiTv.com. Now, this is what it says. The products. I'm going to read this off. It says TubiTv launched in April of 2014, which makes it 3 years. With more than 20,000 television and film videos, the largest library of free available media content online. In March 2015, AdRise announced a licensing agreement with Paramount for the rights to 50 films per month on TubiTv. After bringing in investments and content partnership agreements with MGM Studios and Lionsgate in November 2015, TubiTv's library grew to over 40,000 film and television episodes. With the library now surpassing 50,000 titles, second only to Netflix, TubiTv adds new content every week. New content every week. Now, the availability is TubiTv is available on Android and iOS mobile devices and on OTT devices such as Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and I'm sure Xbox One S and Xbox, and as well as Xbox. It's available on Xbox. Okay, the availability. Let me rephrase that. Availability is on Android, iOS, mobile devices, and on OTT devices such as Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, Xbox 360, Xbox One, which I'm sure includes both the Xbox One S and soon to be X, Sony devices, PlayStation 4, Samsung, and Amazon Fire TV in addition to its website. Now the background is this. Here's the background. The company uses a real-time bidding platform for advertisers for delivering video ads across various platforms. Former Fox TV chairman Sandy Gorshov, former Fox TV chairman Sandy Groshow is an advisory board member. Former vice chairman of Liongate's Mark Allen is an investor. The company behind TubiTv, AdRise, has raised $4 million in capital. Principal investors include AdRise. The company behind TubiTv, AdRise, has raised $4 million in capital. Principal investors include Foundation Capital, Bobby Yadzer, Zad Nazimer, and Streamlined Ventures. I'm sorry if I can't really pronounce that very much, but yeah, that's what it says right there. I don't know if you can read that well. But yeah, basically it's got over 50,000 titles, both movie and television, and it's rapidly growing week by week. Like this week it's going to grow. I noticed someone, because I've only had it on my PS4 for the past few days, I've noticed that there's some titles that have been added, both movie and television, and it's just like they say, it's rapidly growing. And like I said, they categorize every genre by category. They even have, what's funny, what made me laugh when I got this, is that they take a jab at Netflix. They do. Now true, they do have programming, the same kind of programming you can find on Netflix. There is no doubt about that. But what makes me laugh a little bit is the fact that they took a jab at Netflix by having one of the categories say, not on Netflix. Yeah, one of the categories for movies and shows that they have is not on Netflix. In other words, you can't find this on Netflix. Which makes me laugh, because I'm thinking, talk about firing a shot. Now they also have a category called leaving soon. And what this category consists of is movies and shows that are going to be leaving TubiTv within the next month or so, within the next few weeks. So let's say you're a fan of Cher's Mermaids movie. You better start going to watch it on TubiTv, because it's going to leave it soon. But what's funny is, when I looked at this, like I said, it's got all the categories from new releases on TubiTv to not on Netflix to leaving soon. They have a horror section. They have a sci-fi section. They have thriller. They have comedies. They have family stuff, family movies and stuff. And they also have TV dramas, TV shows, like sitcoms or TV comedies, as well as they have kid shows. That's right, they have kid shows. And they have a preschool section. Yeah, they have all the stuff all the categories covered so far that you can imagine. I think they even have some LGBT areas. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked too much into it yet. But they definitely have a lot of the areas covered. Now, what's funny about this, what's funny about this is, like I said, you get some of the shows and movies you see on TubiTv are the same kind you can see on Hulu and Netflix. So there's no big difference. So there's not really. So basically, what I'm saying is you have more than just TubiTv to choose from. You have more than TubiTv to choose from. Yeah, it looks like the eclipse is happening. It's getting there. But like I said, you have more than TubiTv to choose from, more than Netflix to choose from, more than Hulu to choose from. But what's funny about this is everybody was always wondering, because on Netflix, because here's the thing, Netflix still has Gem on there. They still have Gem on their show. They have Sonic Underground and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog on their platform. So you're wondering, okay, where can I find Transformers? Now when Transformers Generation 1, now they still have Transformers. I think they have like Robots in Disguise there or animated or something. I gotta look. So you can also find that on Tubin. But the thing is that got people the most is where can I find Transformers Generation 1? Where can I find Beast Machines, Beast Wars? Where can I find these? And at first, Vimo was one of the areas you can find it at. Vimo was an area that had teamed up with Hasbro and Paramount to do this. Well, not anymore. I'm sure Vimo is still an area you can go to, but guess what? Now TubiTv is a place to go to because on TubiTv you get every conceivable Transformer animated program before what's currently on right now on Cartoon Network, before the current one that's on Cartoon Network right now. You get every one you can think of. You get Generations, you get Generation 1, you get Beast Machines, I think Beast Wars as well, I gotta look. You get Armada, you get Energon, you get Cybertron, you get Animated, you get RID, you get them all, almost. And I'm guessing that's part of the Paramount deal, but yeah, you get everything of Transformers you can think of. And they're not the only ones. You got G.I. Joe. You got G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, the original miniseries from 83, 84. You got the G.I. Joe Generation 1 series. You got the Dick continuation of G.I. Joe, which is basically a continuation after the movie. You got G.I. Joe Renegade. You got G.I. Joe Sigma 6. You got a whole bunch of stuff here. And that's not all. Oh, that's not all. Are you ready for this? You get Conan the Adventurer, Defenders of the Earth. You get stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, you get Conan the Adventurer, you get Defenders of the Earth. You get... What else do you get? Man, there's just so many... You get those animated specials based on the comic strips. From Dagwood, to Blondie, to Betty Boop. Well, Betty Boop wasn't a comic strip, but you can... Well, she was originally, but you kind of get the idea. To Hagar the Barbarian, or Hagar the Horrible. You get all that. And then that's not all. You get... Well, I think it'd be better if I showed you. Alright, this is TubiTv. This is what you get. This is basically featured. These are the featured stuff right here, see? This is all featured. Now, here's basically why I continued watching a little bit. Some of the continued watching, okay. You got your most popular category. So you got your most popular category. Alright. You got your most popular. Alright. Then down here you have your new arrivals. This is basically like what's going to be week by week. Giving you an idea of what's on there right now. And down here, here's what I was talking about, leaving soon. Here's like the movie is leaving soon. And this is the category that made me laugh right there. It says not on Netflix, so this is basically stuff you can't find on Netflix, I guess. And then here you have your comedies. It's your comedy section. And then you got your horror section right there. Of course. Then you get your movie night. They have a movie night section. Basically what would be good for a movie night. And here you have your trending. These are what's trending, I guess, on Twitter and Facebook. Then you have your action section. It's got some Marvel animated films in there. You got your dramas. You got your thrillers. There's a whole bunch here. Too many to list right now, show right now, but basically you get the idea. You get your family movies, of course. Right, you know, and this is what I'm talking about. You can also see that on Netflix, The Smurfs and Magic Flute. That sounds like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Yeah, you kind of get the idea here. Then you got kids shows here, and this is what you can expect on kids shows. And some of them are kind of mixed in a little bit. It's like, now the G.I. Joe ones are kind of categorized. So like I said, you get the season, you get the miniseries, and you get the other one. You can get MLP Original G1. And you get MLP Tales Generation 2. So you kind of get a good mixture here, if you're especially into this kind of stuff. You get Defenders of the Earth, like I said. You get G.I. Joe 88, 89 actually, not 85. You get Sigma 6. You get Nancy Drew if you watch that. So, get that in there. You get Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd Century. You get Batman Unlimited. You get the Super Friends, the Cartoon Network shorts. You get the 83 miniseries there of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. You get a lot here, but what's crazy is some of this stuff you can even find in the preschool section as well. You even get Dog City, which was a Fox show. And this is what I'm talking about, the specials. Here's what I'm talking about here, if I can just get this here for a second. These are the All-Star specials, as you can see. You get a lot of these. These are the ones that, if I remember right, were on CBS back in the late 80s. So that was pretty cool to see all that. Let me just switch it up. So you get that. You get Rescue Heroes if you're into that. You get Fairy Tale Police Department, the whole series as far as I know. You get Goshin Sentai Downer. In other words, what was Power Rangers before Power Rangers. And like I said, you kind of get some stuff that, like I said, you can find in preschools and all that. You get some shows I didn't even know of. You get New Adventures of Flash Gordon, so you get Deborah. You get Galaxy Racers, which is also an anime section along with Sonic X. Yeah, they do have an anime section. This is so much. You get Captain Flamingo if you're into that, but it's only like 6 episodes they got up right now. They're probably going to add more as the weeks go on. You got My Pet Monster, which is amazing. So basically, if you wanted to do a Saturday morning marathon, just kind of be a little nostalgia, you kind of get that. You get shows like Dumb Bunnies. You get, what's this one? Momo. It's kind of weird. Get Supercar. Get The Protectors. You get a lot of shows even from the 60s and 70s, which is kind of cool. You get Yummy Mummy. Like I said, there are some things in here that you think they should categorize into otherwise. And then you get Bounty Hamster. And then you got your Black Cinema section, which is focused on a lot of the Black Cinema movies, or movies that feature black antagonists and protagonists. Black. You get the idea. And then you got your romance section. You have your impact section, which is basically your action adventure section. And basically telling you, like, what's it about. Like, they got these little categories down here. So, you got, like, NH. You got BS, BK, HS, stuff like that. So, that's impact, I guess. Then you got your sci-fi and fantasy section. So you get a lot of that. And you get your documentaries, like I said, events and all that. You get your TV dramas. Get your TV comedies. Get your reality TV. Then you get your animes. Like I said, you get some animes in here. Millennium Actress. I've been wanting to see that. You get the Utena anime series, not the movie, but the series. I'm sure they'll have the movie in there soon. And then you have classics, of course. And you got your crime TV. And you got your foreign favorites. You can actually expand on too if you want to. You have your special interests, which are by category as well. And you got your highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes. Basically movies that were rated high on Rotten Tomatoes. So then you get your stand-up comedies. And you get your martial art films. Then you get your documentary series. Get your cult favorites. Get another Super Sentai. And you get fan favorites. You got a lot of categories here, dude. That's everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. You got some stuff in here that you could find elsewhere, but also only here. I think. I guess. I don't know. You get award winners and nominees. Just got a lot of stuff here. Like I said, more than I can list and show. Then you get indie films. Then of course you get preschool. Like I said, some of these are in the kids stuff, and you're thinking, why aren't these just have their own category? Well, there you go. Although they got Generation 1 ponies and ponytails in preschool, I don't think so. That's the one thing. I think they need to fix the categories so that they get them in the right area. And then they got Comic-Con headquarters as well. So this is all Comic-Con kind of related stuff. So yeah, basically, that's a... Whoa, almost tripped there. Sorry, but I almost tripped there. But like I said, yeah, basically, you get a lot of stuff. As you can notice, it's getting a little darker now too because the eclipse is happening. But like I said, you definitely get a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of categories. More than I think I've seen Netflix have. But it gives you an idea. So, what are my thoughts overall on Tubin? Well, my thoughts are this. I think it's good. I think it's a nice service to have. I wouldn't... The one thing I think I would change about it is well, of course the categories got to be worked on better. I mean, putting MLPG1 and MLPG2, which is MLP Tales, in the preschool section, no, you put that in kids section. And then the preschool stuff that you have in the kids section, you put that in the preschool section. So that's what I would do. As long as I take some of the other movies and shows and stuff that they have mixed together, I would just put them in their own categories, or should I say the rifle categories, so that, this way, it'll make it easier for people. Yeah, you can put them in fan favorites and cult favorites and all that, that's cool. But I think, honestly, I would be more inclined for it to be, done in a way that makes it easier and less confusing. Another thing I think that TubiTv has to look into is kind of cutting down on how many ads they show before, or even before a program starts, or even before you resume it. I think they should reduce it to at least 2 at the beginning and maybe just 0 when you resume. Because the more you kind of reduce, I mean, I understand it's ad sponsored, it's ad supported, so that's a given. It's ad supported and everything. I get that. That's a given. But I think the best option for them right now, best option to improve on their service, in my opinion, is just to just let it be. Not let it be, but just change it up a little bit to the point that, like I said, you probably get 1 or 2 ads per show or movie or whatever you're going to watch, and then maybe 0 ads when you resume. That's what I would do. Because here's the thing. your ad supporters, your ad investors and all that, they'll still get the recognition, they'll still get the payoff and all that, but this way you're reducing the impatience by people that view your product, that view the shows on your product, the shows and movies, the programs on your product. You reduce the impatience because some of these commercials can go for about a minute, almost a minute and a half at length. Maybe the longest they might go is 2, but you kind of get the idea. But mostly it's a minute and a half at length. My opinion is you just reduce it to maybe 2 before the beginning of a program, either it's a movie or a show or a special interest or whatever, as well as you don't have any, as well as you don't show any when someone wants to resume a program. So my opinion on it is, so my overall opinion is TubiTv is good. I like it. I do want to let you know that if you do kind of scroll a little bit, because I had a problem with this the first time I started using it. When you scroll a little bit more, when you kind of go a little fast on the scrolling, or you kind of scroll a little too much, or you do something, it's going to crash. You're going to probably get a crash here and there. I'm pretty sure some of you have had that already for those that have this service. But you're going to get a crash here and there if you kind of scroll a little too much or something. That's what I had the first time. So hopefully hopefully that'll be fixed, and any issues like that will be fixed as well. But overall, my opinion is I think it's good. I think it's a good service. It's free, so that's a good thing. Again, like I said, the only thing I think they should do is kind of decrease on the ads. Maybe do 2 before. Limit yourself to 2 at least when it comes before the beginning of a show, in a movie, in a special interest, whatever. As well as reduce the ads to 0 when somebody wants to resume watching a movie or a special interest program or whatever, or a series, where they left off. So overall though, I think it's a good product. I think you guys should look into it if you haven't yet already. As you saw, it's got a lot to offer. And if you're a Saturday morning, a kid, and if you're somebody that grew up in the 80s and 90s with Saturday mornings and all that, this is a good way to marathon, because you get a lot of shows you can't find at Netflix or anywhere else. So let me know what you guys think though down below. What are your thoughts on TubiTv? And I'll talk to y'all later.